During preparation of acetaldehyde from ethanol in laboratory, why acetaldehyde is distilled off quickly after formation to avoid further oxidation of acetic acid. During preparation of acetaldehyde from ethanol in laboratory, why acetaldehyde is distilled off quickly after formation to avoid further oxidation of acetic acid. Critical temperature of ammonia is degree Celsius 132.44. The severe reduction in population size is due to which of following uh, bottleneck? The severe reduction in population size is due to which of following bottleneck? Bottleneck. The severe reduction in population size is due to bottleneck. Bottleneck. Spinal cord is the part of central nervous system. Gametes in animals are produced by which of the following? Mitosis. Lymphoid masses are present in the walls of Lymphoid masses are present in the wall of all are correct. Digestive tract, mucosa, submucosa. When two or more clearly different phenotypes exist in same population of species, the phenomena is called polymorphism. When two or more clearly different phenotypes exist in same population of species, the phenomena is called polymorphism. The substrate bind to specific agent of enzyme called active site. Which one is not characteristics of animal kingdom? Animalia. All animals are digestive heterotrophs. All animals are eukaryotes. It is the largest kingdom. All animals develop from dissimilar gametes. What is the sarcomere? Sarcomere, the contractile units of muscle cell. The contractile unit of muscle cell. What are autophagosomes? Those lysosomes which eat part of their own cell to generate energy. Those lysosomes which eat old and worn out cellular organelles. Those lysosomes which eat parts of their own cells to generate energy. Those lysosomes which eat old and worn out part of cellular organelles. Which of these transports sperm from testes to penis? Sperm duct. Who discovered the bacteria causing tuberculosis and also developed various techniques of media preparation and maintenance of pure culture? Robert Koch. Which element has function in opening and closing of stomata? Potassium. And the darker outer portion of the brain is called darker outer cerebrum. Gray matter. Outer gray matter, inner white matter. And in spinal cord, inner gray matter, outer white matter. Outer is gray है. Which two reaction occur during photophosphorylation? ATP is synthesized and NADP is reduced. Which two reaction occur during photophosphorylation? ATP is synthesized and NADP is reduced. Which ATP is synthesized and NADP is reduced. Which two reaction occur during photophosphorylation? ATP is synthesized, NADP is reduced. Photophosphorylation, ATP is produced and NADP is reduced. If is produced and NADP is reduced. The transmission of gene to an organism offspring is the basis of inheritance of phenotypic traits. The transmission of genes to an organism offspring is the basis of the inheritance of the transmission of genes to an organism offspring is the inheritance of phenotypic traits. Lock and key model. Emil Fisher. Which of one of the following does not occur at puberty in girls? Voice depends. What type of virus is the smallpox virus? DNA. Smallpox DNA enveloped. Herpes simplex DNA virus. Uh, from beginning of third month of pregnancy, the human embryo is referred to as fetus. Which is an organelle that help the sperm to penetrate the ovum? Acrosome, which is organelle that helps the sperm to penetrate the ovum. Acrosome. Essential fatty acids show all the characters except. Essential fatty acids show all the characters except. Essential fatty acids show all the characters except. Essential amino acids show all the characters except. Lipotropism, blood clotting factor, used for energy production. None of these. What molecule would you not accept to find in retrovirus? Thiamine. What molecule would you not accept to find in retrovirus? Which type of virus is smallpox virus? DNA enveloped for beginning of third month fetus. Which of the organelles that helps us sperm to penetrate the womb? Acrosome. Essential fatty acids show all the characters except essential amino acids, and none of these essential amino acids. Essential amino acids are essential fatty acids, lipopolytropism, blood clotting, none of these. What molecule would you not expect to find a retrovirus? What molecule would you not expect to find a retrovirus? Thiamine. Carbon dioxide is fixed in dark reaction. Is fixed in carbon dioxide and fixed in dark reaction. In which year the AIDS virus named 1986. Coenzyme Q is oxidized by which coenzyme in the electron transport chain? Coenzyme Q is oxidized by which coenzyme in electron transport chain? Cytochrome B. In a certain species of feline, all males are much larger than female member of either that or of intermediate size struggle to find mates. What principle best describes this phenomena? Disruptive selection. And the stretch reflex is also known as myotactic reflex. The stretch myotactic. And the functional part of the forebrain are cerebrum, limbic system, and thalamus. 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 Cerebrum, limbic system, and thalamus, the functional part of forebrain. Cerebrum, limbic system, and thalamus. Pancreas produce secretory granules that helps in digestion. These granules, after passing through endoplasmic reticulum, are pinched off from dash surface of Golgi apparatus. Maturing phase. Which statement is incorrect? Analogous organs are functionally different but structurally alike. Maturing process. Pancreas produce secretory granules that help in digestion. These granules, after passing through endoplasm, are pinched off from maturing phase surface of Golgi apparatus. Maturing phase. Pinworm is a common name used for which of the following? Enterobius vermicularis. These animals have three germinal layers but no coelom. Flatworm. ATP molecules are consumed during which process? Glycolysis. Striated skeletal cells are under voluntary control. Striated skeletal muscles are under voluntary control. Which of the following compound of an animal cell would not also be absorbed in bacterial cell? And nucleus. Which of the following component of an animal cell would not uh, ba- bacterial cell? Nucleus. Uh, is formed in which of the following process is formed conjugation. Which of these act as a relay center connecting hindbrain and the forebrain, midbrain, midbrain? Which of the following is an example of deep reflexes? Ankle jerk, knee jerk, deep reflexes, ankle jerk and knee jerk. What is the breathing rate in human during exercise? 30 times per minute. The oviduct generally called both A and B. Oviduct. Fallopian tube, uterine tube, both A and B. Oviduct, fallopian tube and uterine tube. Which is the correct about which is the correct about which is the correct about myoglobulin? It is iron containing protein pigment. It occurs in muscle cells. It also stores some oxygen. Which one gives blue color when subjected to iodine test? Starch. Starch give blue test. Starch give blue test. Starch. An exoskeleton of a colontrate is made up of which of the following material? Calcium. Approximately how many species of bacteria are known to cause disease in human? 200. Approximately how many species of bacteria are known to cause disease in approximately how many species of bacteria are known to cause disease in human? 200. What is not a part of protoplasm? Capsule of bacteria is not the part of protoplasm. Capsule of bacteria. Modification of protein and lipids as glycoprotein and lipoprotein occur in which of the following structure? Modification of in which of the following structure? Golgi apparatus. Which of the following is not present in mitochondria? Thylakoid. Which of the following is not present in mitochondria? Thylakoid. Which of the following is not present in mitochondria? Thylakoid. Thylakoid. Which of the following is not present in mitochondria? Thylakoid. Which of the following is not present in mitochondria? Thylakoid. The payoff phase of glycolysis conserved the ATP. Which of these is common in both lymph vessel and veins? Lymph vessels and veins both have valves. 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 Mm, both have valves. Both have valves. Both have valves. Both have valves. Which is the approximate diameter of peroxisome? 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 0.8 0.5 micrometer peroxisome. Peroxisome. Ascaris is characterized by which of following absent of true collium and metamerism? Ascaris, a huge microorganism, Acanthus named Nigrophocus, discovered in intestine of bronze surgeonfish, a bacterium. Uh, the composition of white matter of spinal cord. The composition of white matter of spinal cord, myelinated axon. The composition of white matter of spinal cord, myelinated axon. The oldest mineral discovered so far is which of the following, which date back to 4.4 billion years? The oldest mineral discovered, zircon. Zircon. The last common ancestor of human is known to be which of following? Pan troglodytes. The last common ancestor of human is known to be which of following pan-troglodytes? The follicle cells after release of the egg. The follicle cells after release of the egg are modified to form a special structure called the follicle cells after release of egg are modified to form a special corpus luteum. The viral DNA or RNA is protected by shells of protein. Shells of protein, a type of joint found at the articulation between teeth and the sockets of the maxilla. A type of joint found at the articulation between teeth and sockets of maxilla. Gymphosis. Fertilization of a human egg occur in oviduct, fallopian tube. Which of the following virus is enveloped? Adenovirus. Adenovirus is enveloped. Adenovirus is enveloped. Adenovirus. He returned after an hour. Did I say anything to make you angry? Did I say anything interrogative? Let me blow out the candle from the cake. Let me blow out the candle from the cake. Let me blow out. Some of the books on the table belong to me. Some of the belong to me. Choose the correct spelling of the word something. Choose the correct sentence. Mira and family are spending the summer at Atabad Lake. Mira and her family are spending the summer at Atabad Lake. Atabad Lake. Spending. Mira and her family are spending the summer at Atabad Lake. Atabad Lake. Which one is future tense? I will pay for you. I will pay for you. Sam uh, Sam does his homework at night. Does his. I have lost my way. Declarative. I have lost my way. Declarative. I have lost my way. Declarative. Both of the dogs dash collar. Both of the dogs have collars. Both of the dogs have collar. We dash home before the rain start. We reached. We shall have reached. We shall have reached. We shall have reached. We shall have reached home before. We shall have reached. We shall have reached many of the cities narrow street have been many of the cities narrow streets have been widened many of the city narrow streets have been widened. We are trying to locate the historical city for past from past 2 year. uh, Charlie Alpha, we are trying, would not, everything dash fine, everything works fine when it is done correctly, everything works fine. If mountains are stripped of trees, rain will soon wash the fertile topsoil down the slope to end as useless slit below. If mountains are stripped of trees, stripped, the students were waiting for awaiting for. The students were awaiting for, awaiting for, awaiting, awaiting, awaiting for some statement. She topped in her college. She is hardworking. She is hardworking. Both are related. Is the cause is the cause. Two is the cause. Statement two is cause and one is the effect. Which letter is the middle of the word quality? Qual L. Some pens do not write fact 2, only blue pen write fact 3. Right. Some writing utensils are pen. If above three statements are facts, then which of the following statement will also be a fact? Some writing utensils do not write. Some writing utensils are blue. Some blue writing utensils do not write. Only one and true. Only one and true. Two and only one and two. If the above statement are fact, then which of the following statement will also? Some writing utensils do not write. Some writing utensils are below. Balloons are filled with helium. Balloons are filled with helium. Which of the following is a type of rectifier? All of the above. Half wave, full wave, bridge. Rectifier. Which source is associated with a line emission spectrum? Which source is associated with a line emission spectrum? Neon street signal. Which sources have a line emission spectrum? The engine is supported to work between 30 degrees Celsius and 2 to 30 degrees Celsius. Then maximum possible efficiency is 1 over 2. Then maximum possible efficiency is 1 over 2. The engine is supported to work between 30 degrees Celsius and 2 to 30 degrees Celsius. Then maximum possible efficiency 1 over 2. The engine is supposed to work between the engine is supposed to work between 727 degrees Celsius and 227 degrees Celsius. Then maximum possible efficiency is 1 over 2. 1 over 2. The engine is supported to work between 727 degrees Celsius and 227 degree. The maximum efficiency is a ripple factor of full wave rectifier is ripple factor of full wave rectifier 0.0482 0.482 ripple factor of the full wave rectifier 0.482. And the availability of imported fruit has increased in indigenous market, and so the demand for indigenous market have been decreased. To help the indigenous producer of fruit, the government should impose high import duty on these fruits, even if these are not good quality. The fruit vendors should stop selling imported fruits so that the demand for indigenous fruits would be increased. None of them follow. uh, the availability of imported fruits has increased in the indigenous market, and so the demand for indigenous fruits have been decreased. To help the indigenous producers of fruits, the government should impose high import duty on these fruits, even if these are not of good quality. The fruit vendors should stop selling imported fruit so that the demand for the indigenous fruit would be increased. None of them follow. The construction of the dam have created an obstruction in migration of the animals of the Amazon have turned into uh, ferocious beasts. They are damaging the property as well as threat for the life of animal. ये cause है. None of these. Look at the series 5.2, 4.8, 4.4, 4.0. What number should come? 3.6. FESCO stands for Faisalabad Electric Supply Company. Children are pursuit of a dog who jams directly behind the dog. Ruby is behind James. इसका जवाब है which child is directly behind the dog? Max. Molecule of liquid are in constant state of motion. It cause both A and B. Are in constant state of motion. Molecules of liquid, both A and B, diffusion and evaporation. The electron affinity of fluorine is less than chlorine. As we moved on the group, this deviation in behavior is due to the electron affinity of fluorine is less than chlorine. Electron affinity due to all of these: small size 7 electron, thick electronic cloud. Polychaeta have which of the following are one? Cheetah. All of these: tentacles, polyps, eyes. All of these: polychaeta. Cheetah, tentacles, polyps, eyes. All of these. Which one of the following? Answer option is not a function of the sarcolemma. Which of the following? Answer option is not a function of sarcolemma. Controls the iron level of cardiac tissue. The which of the following answer options is not a function of sarcolemma? Is not the answer of sarcolemma. Controls the ionic state of mycocytes. In signal slit diffraction, when wavelength increase, width of central maxima increase. A resistance of 40 ohm is attached to a circuit having current 300 ampere. Find its voltage. 12,000. A resistance of 40 ohm is attached to a circuit having current 30 ampere. Find its voltage. 12,000. The actual remain of or traces of organism that lived in ancient geological times are known as the actual remains or traces of organism that lived in ancient geological times are known as fossils. How is pyruvate produced in anaerobic condition? Both A and B. Alcoholic fermentation, lactic acid fermentation. Pyruvate कैसे प्रोड्यूस होता है anaerobic में? Alcoholic, lactic acid, the actual remains or traces of fossils. How have you taken the examination? Which of the following alcohol does not converted into carboxylic acid when react with CH3C CH twice? Which of the following not converted into carboxylic acid? C which of the following carbon which of the light which of the light is mainly absorbed by the planet? Both A and B. Plants, orange and red. I lived on Main Street. I lived on Main Street when I first came to town. Statement: should religion be banned? Argument: yes, it should develop fanaticism in people. No religion bind people together. Either one or two is strong. Brass and bronze have one metal in common. Zinc, brass and bronze have one metal in common. Brass and bronze, zinc. Zinc, brass and bronze, zinc. Incomplete dominance is also termed as which of the following? Pa- partial dominance, partial dominance. Incomplete dominance also termed as which of the following? Partial dominance. Incomplete dominance also termed as which of the following? Partial dominance. Compound microscope was first used by Antoine Leeuwenhoek. Those animals have only left aortic arch in their circulatory system. Mammal, a ship laden with merchandise got drowned in the Pacific Ocean. A ship got drowned, got drowned, got drowned.